So 2 Sundays ago in the afternoon, I went to a funeral for one of my friends whose brother died unexpectedly. And you know that you've been to a funeral done well when you're crying, and then you're laughing, and then you're crying, and then you're laughing again. Because it means that there were people who were brave enough to get up and talk about the person who died, to tell stories that pull everybody in the room. And the man who died was about my age. He had been the baseball coach for our younger 2 kids last summer. And even though I didn't know him well, because I was really there to support my friend, by the end, I really felt like I did get to know him, a better understanding of who he was. But the stories about him were great, and it was so quiet in that room. Everyone was paying their best attention. Only laughter breaking up the quiet. The other thing that struck me about that funeral, besides the storytelling and the emotion that filled that space, was the music. It was the kind of music that I might have heard in church growing up. A certain flavor of praise music that the second it starts, there are hands in the room that go up. And people raise up their hands because they're showing you that they're filled by the Spirit. And a set of those hands belonged to my friend. She had one hand up, and her hand was rhythmically moving to the music, and her other arm was wrapped around her mom. The music was playing, and the people were singing. They were blowing the roof off that day, really belting it out. And my friend was weeping with her hand up. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the holy name. And the room felt electric. And that feeling stayed with me the whole rest of the day. The experience of seeing people who were moved by the Spirit, who had one hand up or both hands up while they lamented the loss of their brother or their son, their uncle, or their friend. There was something about that movement that was so touching. Now, we don't play a lot of that flavor of music in our church, but anytime that we're worshiping God, there's that possibility of being moved by the Spirit, letting the Spirit move through you. So be open today while you hear the worship music and see if the Spirit fills up your body. And that brings me to our prayer for today. When Miss Ursula leads our prayers down in Sunday school, she always says, please take a posture of prayer, which really just means get ready to pray. And for today, that means I'm going to ask you if you're able to stand up, because we're going to do a body prayer. So placing both hands on the top of your head, pray out loud, God be in my head and in my understanding. God be in my head and in my understanding. Placing both hands over your eyes, pray out loud, God be in my eyes and in my seeing. God be in my eyes and in my seeing. Placing both hands over your ears, pray out loud, God be in my ears and in my hearing. God be in my ears and in my hearing. Placing both hands over your mouth, pray out loud, God be in my mouth and in my speaking. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. Placing both hands over your heart, pray out loud, God be in my heart and in my feeling. God be in my heart and in my feeling. Placing both hands on the top of your thighs, pray out loud, God be in my legs and in my moving. God be in my legs and in my moving. Placing open hands, one on top of the other, out in front of your body, pray out loud, God be in my hands and in my touching. God be in my hands and in my touching. And placing both arms out to the side of your body, hands open, turning outward, offering our life to God, pray out loud, God be in my life and in my journey. God be in my life and in my journey. Amen.